But what does your team consist of with these kinds of businesses and customer support?
Yeah, so the core is myself and my brother. We founded this early 2023, RACAI, which is our development and agency shop. And that's where we do all of our building out of and our consulting out of. And then we also have a developer out of California, and he's actually our brother-in-law. So
Hey.
it's a very family affair. We always talk about family, and that's very important to us. And so he takes on larger projects and also consults on some of the smaller projects where there's a database, API, infrastructure question, and that's where his role is. But we hire a lot of AI agents, right? So we find that, okay, if we do something X amount of times, like we see ourselves, 3 or 4 times a week, 5 times a week, 10 times a week, we stop and once a week we review and say, okay, what new agent do we have to hire this week?
Yeah, there you go. That's a good
We
way to look
build
at it.
out the MVP of it, we let it go and see what happens, but we don't build it to solve the problem. We discover the problem and then build it,
Oh, yes, definitely.
right? And I think that's taking our own advice. And before we should automate that. Well, we don't know if we should automate that yet, or what
Yeah.
we should even do with the automation until we've done it enough times to be annoyed by it.
Yeah, exactly. Nice. I like that a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
So
So
we're a
where?
small shop, and that's why we are selective on clients. Is we can't just take on, the experience would be terrible if we took on 100 clients at a time, right? We just wouldn't have the manpower.
You got to grow slowly, right? You're not going to exponentially grow because you're just going to grow yourself into too many problems and you can't handle that. It's
Yeah.
like when you're a smaller company, like you mentioned, you know what your upper limits are. Like past 100 employees, past those $100 million companies, it's like, hang on, we can't get involved with all these politics, whether you have the experience or not. It's just quite challenging, it's time consuming, just creates a lot more headache. Um, and that's exactly the kind of model that, I work with a group that we built a community on school of like these small businesses that are heavily invested into AI and leveraging digital marketing and, solutions, voice and chat bots and all sorts of things into helping small companies out there. So, I'd love to have you in that group as
I'd
well.
love to be a part of it. That's awesome. Yeah, please.
Yeah.
I would love to be a part of that community.
Yeah, I'll
I'm a
certainly
member of
invite
many
you. It's a free
communities
community;
because
anybody can join, and I think
yeah,
that's the way to do it. Is you have folks, like-minded individuals together, helping each other and growing together. Because you don't. Well, I put this long post in there the other day, based on a recommendation from my friend Len, saying we're a community, right? And even though we are all with the same tools and the tricks of the trade, we can't be competing with each other. It doesn't help. But if we help each other, then it's
yeah,
like these joint venture opportunities just magically appear. And it's like, hey, we need 4 people to come support this large contract we got, and
yeah.
then it's like, great, now we're all helping. Whereas if somebody was competing before, you just have like all this bad taste and challenges. And so we're building something really, really nice.
That's
And,
awesome. Yeah,
and kind of
there's
leveraging this.
many people that I've worked with and in the community, like I've ended up working with, that I met in communities or online or just at meetups. Right, I love going to in-person meetups
Yeah.
in the technology space. And if we find that there's something that we don't know how to do and we need a very, very specific technical expertise, I'll reach out to them and say, hey, I need this very specific voice call center agent, and I'll reach out to somebody. Or if I need a AI video, there's a team out of New Zealand that we work with, just globally. So we have a core number of people in the agency, but our extendable staff is global
That's the
because
way
of
to do it.
communities like yours.
Exactly. Because then when those challenging projects do show up, you have people, on the bench that you can
Yeah,
call in any time. And everybody is well proficient or has some experience in certain nuanced things that may be that expert that can just give you that aha moment. You bring them in for a couple hours, couple of days kind of a thing to
yep,
get you over that hurdle and then you're back in it and solving problems.
yeah,
Nice.
exactly.